Salutations guys, this is Dante with my usual resource pack roundup. Let's go. And here we are guys, with Hazelwood by Deonyi. It's said to be cartoony, clean and cheery, and it is absolutely beautiful. It's a 16-bit pack which absolutely squeezes every last drop of gorgeous into the default resolution. Now starting with the plants as per usual, you can see they're very boxy, geometric, very straight, which really fits in with a Minecraft style. Really do like those. Now you can see our junglewood plank here is very orange. I love the pattern with the stripes and the underlining, and it really does fit with the red brick here. Almost as if the person who put this pack together knew I was going to use them together. Maybe he watches these videos. Well, I do prefer my red brick a little redder. I absolutely love the pattern here. Heading through the gorgeous doors, which I'll try not to gush too much about, you can see we have a lot of customization here. We've got a custom clock, but a vanilla compass, and our appliances here are dispenser, dropper, hopper, furnace. Furnace has got the vanilla UI, but do notice all of the items have been lovingly retextured here. We've got our cauldron, which has got water in, but is not showing, and our jukebox here, which it looks like you have to scrunch the disc up and shove it through that little slot in the middle. We have our trap chest here with a big glowing redstone beacon there. Just letting you know, definitely a trap chest. Vanilla UI, but if we hop around the corner here, our regular chest has just a dark spot. So you can definitely tell the two together, which some people like, some people don't. We've got our music block, vanilla ender chest, which is quite common, and we also have our custom anvil and damaged anvil here, looking great. Nothing too odd going on here, usual broom stand, but when you get to the bed, that looks awesome. Again, as if the creator has read my mind, these two work together really well. Almost as if you can't tell there's a split between the two. Now, heading out to the penitentiary, you can see that Jeeves and Jeeves are both vanilla. All of the mobs in this pack are vanilla, but there's so much more to this pack than just the mobs. Heading on through, no escapees this time. We have our regular vanilla creepers, skeletons, zombies, witches, lime slimes, and disappointing Steven Universe spiders. Now again, the paintings here are vanilla, but please note the lovely lighting effects we're getting from the torches. And the glass here, absolutely clean as a whistle, which will be because it has Optifine support. Now heading on up, we'll place a cauldron down and then head through these gates. And you can see the stained glass is absolutely gorgeous. It's a very light bordering, so it can be used both in a stained glass window and also if you're building a house with random coloured glass. And do note the lovely streaky effect that's been put into the stained glass. There's a really nice effect. Now stopping to have a look at that gorgeous torch for our torch fans. Sit down and look at the animals. Now I have to say, I love the blocky mushrooms on top of the mushrooms of evil, but everything else is vanilla. We've got our moo-moos, our sheep, our piggoos, and the chickens. Now jumping straight to the vegetable patch here, you can see I love the classic retro look of those pumpkins. Very simple, very clean, no faces to creep you out in your sleep. Same with the melon there. Really cool pattern, very simple, very geometric. And I love the lily pads, which point in various directions, almost as if they're part of Dance Revolution. Both Sebastian and Alita both come off as vanilla in this pack, but that's not such a big thing. Now we're in our mechanical area, and a big booger blast of sticky piston here has 3 little droplets which hardly seem sticky, but works as per usual as well as our regular piston. And I am putting cauldrons all over the place today. Get out of there! Okay, we have our TNT and our redstone lamp, which looks like a big bubbly block of chocolate. Becomes honeycomb when you turn the light on. That's my favourite kind of chocolate. The beacon is just vanilla, but it does have that lovely glass effect. So we'll head on down to the Cave of Wonders. Okay, we have our default lava and a very still but lovely looking water there. But everything in this, anything in the Cave of Wonders looks really cohesive and works together because the design is so well done. You can see a few random cracks here, so some random textures laid on there for the cracked bricks, and the same for the mossy stone. It really does look lovely, particularly with those pink flowers. So cohesive is the watchword of this pack. Everything looks nice together in the overworld. Now, I will note there are some missing textures for the sandstone, but that might just be the download. So heading on through, we come to our trees here. So we've got our usual milk chocolate oak here, loving the simple stripes, very blocky, and the wood there, as you'd kind of expect it. I do love the work that's gone onto the leaves. The spruce here with the little pine cones inside is a tour de force. I love the Christmassy kind of very pleasant look, especially with the purple, very pimped out bark there. Now it's the same kind of colour wood, but you can see it's a much closer kind of effect. Many more planks into each block of wood there. Hopping across to our birch tree, you can see it looks much more kind of an acacia colour wood. Very much stealing the acacia's thunder there, with very greyish looking planks and bark there. Hopping across and talking about being pimped out, the dark oak looks swaggertastic there, with its purple pimp spotted oak outside and the grey inside with that G there. Obviously it's pimp stamp. Although again, it has a very salmon wood, a very salmony colour plank, again stealing from the acacia tree. And the acacia tree here looking very sad in just a straightforward pine kind of colour. It's lost its very pinky kind of plank and its greyish kind of bark. Doesn't stand out as much. And finally we get to our sunburnt junglewood here, which looks cool in orange, but I have to admit, maybe a bit too orange for my taste. But have a look at those leaves, they are spanktastic. Jumping across here, one we have got a zoom function, cactus fans and reed fans. Whoa, look at that. So let's head on down to the nether. And here we are guys, in a very noisy nether. So you can see we have our netherrack here, lying all over the place, very boxy and lovely, with a lovely bright fuchsia boxing there. Our nether brick looks absolutely lovely, the way I would do it, with just a few bubbles and some shading there. Nether quartz ore, which is very similar to the nether rack, with just a few pops and scratches here of the ore, which I really do like, and it does look lovely altogether. There we have our quartz. I think this is meant to be the soul sand, but where is the soul? It kind of looks like a face if you look at it in the corner with the eyes and maybe a mouth and a nose, but yeah, it's kind of a dude. Put more soul in your soul sand. And the only problem I really have with this pack is that the glowstone looks like a piece of poop with sweet corn in it. Sorry dudes, it does look like someone's pooped out a little bit of sweet corn there, and that's where we get our glowstone. But there's a reason for that. Now again, we have a vanilla mobs, so we'll just hop past these guys. You can see mobs be mobs. And here we have the nether, which looks just as cohesive and beautiful as the overworld. And that's because everything is made to work together. You can see the netherrack core fits perfectly in with a netherrack, with just those pops of white shooting out. The brown around the glowstone just fitted in perfectly with the netherrack and dirt around it. And those nether brick, yeah, they're a little flamboyant, but they really work next to that netherrack of a very flamboyant nature too. So this is a really lovely looking nether. If you're going to spend a lot of time in the nether, this pack is gorgeous for you. Let's head through to the area of judgment. Today being invaded by pigmen. So here is our cherry berry cake, which has a huge slab of chocolate on for a change. Which, again, pack maker knows exactly how I roll. Jumping across to the Ender Stronghold, slightly weedy bars, but again, the brick looks lovely shaded. And I absolutely adore the slightly Aztec geometric patterns on top of the Ender portal blocks here. Really does look good, especially with the lighter brick. Jumping across to the end section, I love the way the end stone here looks as if a zip has been run across the entire world here, which works really well with the obsidian, which looks like someone's taken time to make obsidian into brick, which just mining the stuff's hard enough, let alone breaking it. So we're going to head across to the spongy area of judgment. So what do I think of this pack? In summary, guys, this pack is beautiful, cohesive, and because it's 16-bit, if you can run Minecraft, you can run this pack. There is no excuse. Definitely say the big positive is its cohesiveness, and its only real downside is maybe one missing texture, and slightly sweet corny poop looking glowstone. Well, I definitely suggest this pack, guys. This is Dante signing out. To the T to the T to the F to the N. Bye.